It's that time of year again. Hey guys, my name is Escarla. Welcome back to my channel. This is my little crafty corner of the universe where I like to document my making. Usually that revolves around knitting, spinning, crocheting, pretty much all things fiber arts related. If you clicked on this video, then it's likely that you are participating in Stephen West's mystery knit along this year, which is called Go Dynamo. Or you may just be living vicariously through different people on the internet who are participating in it. Either way, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you are neither of those people and you don't know what a Westknits MKAL is, it is basically like a knitter's Christmas. Stephen West is a pretty freaking popular knitwear designer. He's kind of known for his bold and eclectic designs. They're very colorful and geometric. Every year in the fall, he designs a new shawl that is a complete mystery to us knitters. And it pretty much happens every October. Every week, a new clue is released with a section of the pattern. And we all kind of go into it blind, not knowing what we're going to be making. And as the month goes on, more knitting happens and we get to reveal what the actual finished shawl is. And it's a really exciting time, not only for, the whole mystery aspect of it, but the community aspect of it as well. It's really fun to see what other people are making, what colors they chose, how it's turning out. So it's a really exciting time to be knitting. And I pretty much am now hooked on doing this and hope to do this every October. This is the 15th annual knit along, and based off Stephen's website this year, it's going to be a lively, energetic design filled with bold geometric details designed for two contrasting colors. And he's comparing the size and the color relationship to the 2019 MCAL, which was called Starflake. That's a really beautiful design, so if it's anything like that, I'm sure it's going to be stunning. Now, this is going to be my second Stephen West mystery knit along. I participated last year and fully completed my shawl. Last year we knit up the Geo Gradient, and if you haven't seen it already, I did film the entire process of that, so I'll make sure to link that down below so you can check it out. But I really loved how that turned out. I did purchase a kit last year from Stephen and Penelope directly. I wanted to feel like fully involved in the process, and I wanted to get like all the goodies that came with a kit. But this year I wanted to save a little bit of money and decided to purchase my yarn directly from Kelbourne Woolens. I would have stash dived for this if I had the appropriate weight of yarn, but I didn't have enough yarn in my stash to be able to knit this up. I should mention that the pattern is calling for obviously the two contrasting colors, but 200 grams of each. So I definitely didn't have anything like that in stash. Lately, I've been really obsessed with heathered colors. I just love how dynamic they are, and when you look really closely, you can see like the little specks of different colors in them. And Kelbourne Woolens Camper line, which is their fingering weight, they call it a light fingering weight on their website, is all heathered colors, and the colorways are super beautiful. And I really wanted to go with something purpley this year. I don't have a purple shawl, and purple is a color that I've always loved. I love what it represents. It's a very like mystical kind of color. And yeah, I need to fix the fact that I don't really have anything in that color in my wardrobe. So I decided to go with these two colors. This one is called Plum Heather, and this one is Wisteria Heather. And I really love how they look together. They are 100% wool. I wish they specified what kind of wool they used, but it does mention that it's made in Peru. If you happen to know what kind of wool Kelbourne Woolens camper yarn is, definitely let me know down below. I'm really curious. I ended up ordering directly from their site, and all in all, it ended up being $80 for all of the yarn. I had a welcome coupon that I used, so that saved me like $7.60-ish. Now keep in mind that the camper yarn comes in 50-gram skeins, so I did have to order 4 of each colorway. But it is a very affordable price. I'll put it here on the screen how much one skein of yarn is. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm super excited to start working with it. It is always a bit nerve-wracking ordering yarn online because you're not sure exactly how the colors are going to look in person. Sometimes photos tend to be a little more contrasty or a little sharper, so I was very anxious to see how these would look in person. There isn't a huge amount of contrast between the two colors, and that's something I kind of wanted ahead of time. Since Steven's designs are so bold and kind of loud depending what colors you used, I wanted to do something lower contrast so that the effect is a bit more subtle. Now this year I will definitely be participating in the Mohair Dare, and I wanted to pick something that worked really well with these two colorways, but Kelburn Woolens didn't seem to have exactly what I was looking for in terms of a mohair. So I decided to go on Etsy, and I found this shop. They had a lot of hand-dyed baby Suri alpaca, which I wanted to use instead of mohair. I knit a Ghost Whisperer top a few years back with fully all mohair, and I don't love how sheddy it is. So I wanted to try something like mohair but a different fiber content. So I went with the baby Suri alpaca and silk, and I really love how beautiful this yarn is. It is a hand-dyed yarn, so it is speckled with all of these pretty colors that match the yarn. So I'm really curious how it will look in my project and how it will play up with the other colors. So I got ready, I grabbed my yarn, grabbed my Swift, and decided to ball up some of this yarn so that we could see what the colors would look like together. The introductory PDF when you purchase the pattern mentions a gauge swatch, and I decided to do that this time around. I usually don't, but I figured this would be the best way to see what the colors would look like worked up together. And basically you end up doing a garter stitch striped swatch. I'm really pleased with the finished swatch itself. In a more dimly lit room, it is a bit harder to see them. I mean, you still see the contrast between them, but it is more subtle. And when you look at the swatch out in the sun, you definitely see the difference between the two yarns. So I'm really excited to get knitting and seeing how this plays out together. I'm so happy that I did end up liking the results because I had zero backup plan as to what I would knit if it wasn't these colors. So thank the knitting gods for that one. This video will actually be posted the day the first clue is released, so I'm sure I am currently knitting my little heart away. I hope that you are too. Let me know down below if you're participating in the Westknits MKAL this year. If so, what colors are you going with? Did you do a kit? Did you choose yarn from stash? Did you buy yarn from somewhere else? I would love to know what colors you're working with. That's like the best part of this entire process. As of right now, I am working on my handspun night shift. I have most of my cables. I have two of my longest cables currently on that project, so I'm hoping to get that done before starting the MCAL so that I can actually have a longer cable to work off of. So wish me luck. Hopefully I made some progress there. I don't know if I'll finish, but we'll see. Alright guys, so that is all I have for you this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It means the world to me. And you can also find me on Instagram at Starseed Creations to kind of keep up with me in between uploads. But I will see you guys next Thursday for Clue 1. I cannot wait. So happy knitting and see you next week. Bye.